All right, we are here at the BET Awards with our girl, and we love her. She made it so lit over here. Tamar Braxton is with us.
Hi, I love y'all too.
You know, we've been starting with this positivity of this is a celebration, BET Awards 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
What is Tamar celebrating personally?
Oh, I'm celebrating me, y'all. I'm so proud of me.
Oh.
You know, there's a lot of things that have, or that could have kept me down. The things that I went through last year, I felt like was meant to take me out of here. And I put on my Supergirl outfit. Yeah, I got 5 shows coming out this year in the first quarter.
That.
We're going to talk about
you
some
know,
of them.
That's amazing. 5 shows.
5 shows.
That's like a record.
And like 3 under my own production company. And I have a single that's out. I have an EP that's coming out. I just got off a tour and I'm going back on my Tamar tour
London.
in September. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, me.
Can we?
Yes, you.
Yes, me.
Can we talk about? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can we talk about Caught in the Act really quick? Can you?
Yes,
I know the first
yes.
episode aired already, but can you talk about the show?
Oh, I'm so excited about this show because first of all, I'm a Pisces. I can crack any case.
So
any
you
case.
know what it is. Hard to date.
I'm the one to come to if y'all need to know something.
So you're the friend that we need to like.
Me, and I'm nosy,
Me
you
too.
know, and I get to the bottom.
What's a comment? She's really good.
Really?
If she tell me something, let me tell you.
Yes.
I will have a full 5 minutes later. I'm like, girl, you know this.
Oh,
and that.
baby, I
Listen.
see it. Oh, isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
Yeah.
Tamar,
It is.
I met someone 15. We were getting on a plane, like maybe like an hour later. She had sent me everything about like stories about him, and it wasn't even a famous person. But I want to ask you this: what's a common red flag that we should look out for that you kind of notice on the show
While
thus
you're
far?
filming Caught in the Act.
Why
what is-
a red flag.
That is kind
so my show is Double Life. So this show is about people who have a regular life, but behind the scenes they are living a whole totally different life. And I say a red flag is a private page.
Ooh, okay. Or no page at all is a bigger red. What you think?
Or 2 posts on their real page.
Okay, so a private page. Okay, those are red flags. Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Double F, I knew a guy that was married and literally had another family like 2 blocks away.
Oh, wow.
And he would tell his wife he was going to work, and then he would go to his other family 2 blocks away.
The other family knew for sure.
I think
somebody knew.
Yeah, I don't know if she did because the whole thing unraveled. But it's amazing what people can get away with.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're like, how was somebody able to keep that up for so long?
Because they don't have people like y'all in their life.
Yeah.
They don't have friends like
And
y'all.
that's why we have
Yep.
Double Life. But you know, this show is not just about people cheating.
Right.
Okay.
This show is about when people have a real, totally different life outside of the life that you know them to have.
Yes, that's a fact.
So like a different career.
Period.
Different career, they have different friends, just like different things that's going on. It's crazy.
Okay.
You could never have a double life because we know too much of your business.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You love it.
And
It's a gift and a curse.
It is a gift and a curse. And had I known like 15 years ago doing the Braxtons that everybody be all up in my business 20 years later, I don't know if that show would have gone.
But it's
back.
care.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. And listen, y'all, pray my strength in the Lord because I let all of my tools go out the window.
What you mean? What does that mean?
I'm not so proud of myself in this.
Uh-oh.
Braxtons. Y'all gotta understand, these are not my friends, these are my sisters.
Okay.
And we are
yeah.
grown now.
Okay.
And I'm the youngest. I'm not just the baby sister.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta come through the door with some type of respect. And if you don't, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
Oh
You know,
my
I never
gosh.
thought about it because I have brothers, but I never thought about those aren't my friends. They're my siblings.
Yeah.
Those aren't my friends. So that makes sense.
But you know you're always going to still be family.
Yeah.
And that's okay,
Yeah.
but we can't have the bow down spirit.
Okay.
what is
You know what I'm talking about?
What is
because
a
I'm
bow
the
down
youngest, I got
spirit?
to bow down to my sisters that are older than I am.
Right.
You know what
And
I
they're
mean?
all older than
and
you.
they don't have to show respect, and they don't have to, just be kind.
Tamar, let me ask you this.
Yes.
I heard your sister got married and you weren't
Tawana
there.
got married.
Yeah. You did not come. Are we going to talk about why?
On the show?
No, now. I want to know. I want to know
Get another
why.
shot. No,
I wish my sister well. That's my
Okay.
sister. I love
Okay.
her to the
But
death.
your son was
And
in the
after
wedding.
that, he was.
Okay, and he just had a birthday.
Yes, he's
12.
12.
Isn't that crazy? Don't you remember I was pregnant with him?
I do remember. And he's so tall.
He's so tall. That's Vince's son.
That is definitely his. I
The
don't know if
fact
that's
that
yours.
he's-
That's his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, he's 12, and I know you said that you wasn't outside till he turns 18, so we got 6 years left.
I was a little exaggerated.
I know.
But, the thing is, I am afraid to introduce somebody else to my son. Because, my son really does he's a Gemini. So he really takes that to heart when somebody promises him something.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I think he could quickly develop an abandonment issue, if you understand what I'm saying.
okay.
And I'm trying to prevent that at all costs, even if it has anything to do with my own happiness.
What are you going to do differently with it? What's the new rule with
what's the
introducing?
rule?
The rules is nobody gets to meet him.
Okay, that's a
Definitely?
fair rule.
Nobody gets to meet him.
Until we about to move in together
But even
and
when
be
I
married.
I don't want to talk about that. Next. People be lying, girl. We know that.
People be lying. Okay.
People be, and they don't care who they use.
Okay.
You know, and you're not gonna use my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we done with that.
So no more no more. He will not be meeting any more men. Okay, got you. Are you? Go ahead. You open to getting married again?
Yes.
She's a lover.
I'm a Pisces. I can't help it. You
Okay.
know?
All right.
And I'm a wife, not a girlfriend.
Period.
What does that mean?
That means I do better as a wife than a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. I
You
got
got to
it.
put a ring on it if you
Okay.
like it.
Okay.
Hello?
But you are, like you just said, 5 shows.
Yeah.
And then new music,
New
EP
music.
on the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just came back off a tour, about to go back out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
That sounds tiring.
Girl,
The
God
amount
is
of
good.
work that God is good. But do you feel like sometimes like,
But she said, but
I need a moment?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I don't, because I've been on the opposite side, sitting at home and wanting to do more. I don't ever
Okay.
want to have that feeling again.
Okay.
You know, and so I'll take being overwhelmed and pacing myself instead of that feeling, because it doesn't feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes people feel like working all the time is like a way to avoid other things too.
Probably.
I've heard people say that, and I feel like I work all the time.
You're a
also.
workaholic too, yeah.
I
Yeah,
am.
I had to work through a broken heart, y'all, and embarrassment.
Yeah.
And so, you know, whatever it takes. And, you know, you got to find your healthy vice, whether it's work, whether it's working out, whether it's going to counseling, whether it's taking up a trade. And so I believe in that.
Okay. What about? I know you like to eat, and I know you have this
And
show.
cook.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
eat and
do.
cook. But I know you're also conscious about your weight. Can
Yeah.
you talk about the cooking show, and then can you talk about how you staying skinny while you do
I
this?
be seeing your food, and I'm like, I don't know if I could not.
It's giving big back energy, right?
But I love that.
It looks
like,
so
Me
good.
too.
It looks
Okay.
so
I love
good.
that for us. And I love that for us that we know how to eat in moderation.
Okay.
Moderation. But my cooking show with my mother is called Cooking Sessions with Tamar and Miss E. And y'all, this is 10 years in the making.
Okay.
And so the first offer we had was like season 2 of the Braxtons. And we couldn't do it due to contractual reasons.
Okay.
But it presented itself again. And here we are. Now we're doing season 2.
How is it? Go ahead.
I was going to say, since you just talked about contractual obligations, now that you're returning and agreed to do the Braxtons, right? I know that thinking about how things were structured early on and now knowing your business the way that you have and the value that you bring to the table, I'm sure that helps you with like now, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, especially television-wise, and especially if I'm going to give my input, I have to, you know, have my producer credit, and it has to go through my production company.
Period.
Yeah.
Boss.
That's the way to go.
I mean, how else is it going to go? You can't be talent all the time. You know, you got to boss up on them.
Would you like to do another talk show or a different variation?
You know, I believe that's in my destiny.
I do.
It's a passion of mine, and I just can't wait till that comes to fruition.
Okay, so that's a yes.
I did enjoy seeing you with Nene and her talk show, but I know you were like, damn it, I was drunk.
I was drunk, and it was kitchen talk, it was girlfriend talk.
But with cameras, Tamar.
But you forget, and you got to understand, my background is reality TV. So all of this stuff behind the scenes is fluff to
Right.
me. And I promise you, when I got home, I texted Nene. I said, Nene, this can never come out.
Oh,
How did that conversation go?
it did.
It came out.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It made the Jasmine
I was
brand
so
for sure.
sad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was so
You were
sad.
Did you feel so? You
Yeah.
felt bad about some of the things
I felt bad about it all.
you did?
Oh.
Okay.
About it all. Number one, that's just not where who I am and where I'm going as a person and in my growth. It just doesn't match.
Okay.
You know, and it was, like I said, girlfriend kitchen talk. So we can all go out for drinks right now,
Yes.
right? And we can have a real funny, good conversation.
But it's
and
not
throw
gonna
shade.
make it-
And people who don't need to understand it won't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I don't have to stick by the things that I say. But
Right.
once it's out there, I got to stick by the things that I say and really, truly don't mean. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of it
It
you felt
sucks.
it was mean, and you.
Oh,
and,
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. And you know, I have been able to hold my tongue for all of these years publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing I wanted to do was shame anybody or kind of reignite anything that, you know, was kind of put to rest.
Gotcha.
And I felt really bad about that.
Were you able to text these people and be like, hey, or did you?
Actually, I did reach out to
Okay.
That's good. I'm
Lonnie.
glad to hear that
You reached out to Lonnie.
I absolutely
I'm glad you did, because I do really like her, and I did feel bad when I saw that. I was like,
I felt bad because, number one, she didn't deserve it,
Okay.
and she didn't deserve it publicly.
Okay.
And, I didn't want to shame her in any way. And things that happened in the past just happened in the past.
right.
And
you have so many great, amazing things happening. You don't want that to overshadow.
No. And it's not even about a public persona. It's about a Tamar persona. You know how we opened up this interview and I said, I'm proud of me?
Yeah.
I was not proud of me in that moment. I felt like I actually relapsed.
Okay.
Like if a person, no, I'm serious. Like
No,
if
I
a
feel you.
person is on drugs and then they go out with their old friends and they start doing drugs again for the night with their old druggy friends.
Oh my
That's
God.
how I felt.
Yeah, because Jazz is my druggy friend. If people heard the things we talked about,
you get what I'm
my
saying?
God.
It would not
it's
be
kitchen
good.
talk. It's not for the public.
Right.
Listen,
it was bad.
I've been on the show with her, and also I've said things, and she's been like, Jasmine, you can't. We got to
say
pull it out.
that.
And
Yeah.
she'll protect me from myself.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't offer that kind of protection.
You know what? People ask me all the time, can you take that? And I will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
me
good
too.
at it.
I do that too.
Because
Yeah,
I'll be like, no.
I will. I'll take it out.
Yeah, because I want you to be able to stand by what you say.
I also just feel like I never want nobody to feel any type of anxiety. Sometimes you feel like, damn, I did all this,
Yeah.
and now they want, and
Yeah.
and some things that you might think is a big deal, other people don't think is a big deal.
Yeah.
So it's just a balance of figuring out like what matters. But I'm glad that you said that, Tamar.
Yeah, I hate
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love
and
that
even
you had a
the things about
conversation.
Candy. Me and Tanya was talking about this last night. I was like, yeah, we got beef, but why we got to keep it going in the pub? Like, we don't even really have beef. Like,
Yeah.
we had an incident,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, y'all, to be honest, where I am in my life, I don't even
Yeah.
have beef like that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I saw last night, and I gave her away. She didn't give me one back, but that's okay. She'll get there. That's all right. She'll get there.
At least you know where she stands
Yeah.
for now.
And it's okay. She's a Taurus, but it's fine with me.
Yeah.
But, just where I am in my walk, y'all, I ain't for that.
Okay, good.
I love
I'm
it.
not.
What's
Okay.
the last date you've been on?
I feel like this is a trick question. Angela.
Oh,
just asking a
because she might be
question.
she might be dating more than one suitor.
Okay.
So maybe she doesn't want
All
to
right,
say
I'm
my
gonna
that.
last date,
Say it, and we'll take it out later. No
the
pain.
church, no.
That's a safe answer.
I actually haven't been on a date, y'all.
Ooh.
Since when? Since you were your last.
We should
relationship?
take Tamar on a date.
Please
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
Let's go on a triple date. Find me a man.
Oh God.
You know,
And
I
then-
considered moving to New York.
You did.
I did. This was just last month.
Come test it out.
I did. I found me a place in everything.
Okay.
She's a good time, so
And
Angela can take you
my
around.
son had to sit down with me, and he was
like,
like,
no.
What did he say?
Mom, I do not like the cold.
Okay, that's fair.
So I had to consider that.
It gets cold
and
in
then Phil is
Atlanta.
like, you're not moving to New York. And now it's like, I'm moving to LA. He was like,
Okay,
you're
you
not
don't
moving here either.
I thought you were in LA. You were in Atlanta.
No, I'm in Wacklanta. And so,
Oh my God. Well, tell Logan,
just-
thanks to global warming, it's not that cold in New York.
girl, it be cold.
It gets cold in Atlanta though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not like New York. You're right.
Yeah, but it's time for me to shift gears.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. If you decide that, I will have you out.
She'll have you outside.
I'll have you responsibly outside.
We have to talk about it because it's time for me to pack up and go. And I gotta know.
I
where
think
I'm
I got
going.
somebody for you.
Somebody for me?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
You have somebody in your head?
Yeah.
Really?
Look at her. She don't want to move now.
Like, okay, so tell me about her.
No,
Because I can tell you if I'm interested or not.
Well, listen, I think that you need somebody that could politely sometimes be like, Tamar, take it down a notch.
Love it.
Yeah. You need that a little bit. But also who's going to cater to you, spoil you, pamper you, all of the things.
love that
But
too.
also love the fact that you're going to be cooking.
Tay-tay,
and
yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
And then not want to be in the spotlight.
Oh, my God.
So he could fall back, let my baby shine.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay?
Yes.
And be patient.
Let their profession be their profession and let mine be mine.
And then you could come home after you
Finish
know,
being Tay-Tay.
yeah. And
And
just
be Tay-Tay.
be regular.
That sounds like the perfect
Period.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because Tamar at home is a different person.
Yes, I could tell.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come cook for us.
Yes,
I
we
would
love
come
that.
cook for y'all.
She has a beautiful home, beautiful kitchen.
Oh, I know my sister's a baller. Okay. I love it.
I would love for you.
She got the coin.
My sister got the coin. Ching, 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 ching.
I'm trying to get on Tamar's level.
You know what?
period.
Stop the madness.
But no, we are celebrating you, and I'm just glad
Thank
we
you,
had
sister.
this whole
Me
full
too.
circle conversation, and I cannot wait to see you again. In person. One day we're gonna get you on lip service for real.
Yes, for real.
You haven't been on lip service yet?
I haven't.
That's a sin.
Last time I tried, you guys were out of town. or
Okay,
something
she
like
did
that.
want to do. Okay,
Okay.
period.
Okay. We'll figure it out. We love
Yeah,
Phil.
But I
Phil
know
better
you got
figure it
some
out.
tricks for us.
Ooh, ow.
Hey.
Well, they don't just like me for my cooking.
Ah, you better cook.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Different type of oven, you
Okay.
know? All right.
You're terrible. Them shots is kicking in, y'all.
Okay. Well, thank you,
I
Tamar.
love
We
y'all.
loved having this conversation.
Okay, well, see y'all soon. Pure, baby.